Hey guys, up Andrew, and I'm so excited. I just wanted to show you guys that I'm actually part of the RuneScape documentary that was released today on Twitch and YouTube. They actually put me in it twice. They used one of my videos. If you look here, this is going to be just in a second here. Here's my Clan Wars video from 2014, which they threw a little clip in there, and then I was actually in it again. If you watch here, they're basically talking about how YouTube was such a huge part of the community starting in 2007, right around when I started making videos as well. And look at this, here's more of my Clan Wars video from a few years ago. I guess they wanted to show a clip with a lot of people in it, and I guess a couple of JMods sat around and said, oh, this one will do. This guy's been making videos for a while, let's put one of his videos in, which is just kind of cool to see. It's not too big of a deal, but yeah, the RuneScape documentary, here's the video that was in it, by the way. Definitely a really cool documentary. I really enjoyed watching, and I think they really were pretty comprehensive, covering a lot of topics. And they weren't too selective in terms of just trying to make themselves look good. They did talk about, the ups and the downs with things like EOC and microtransactions, and then they talked about really cool things, like they had a segment with Zizima, and they also showed what I thought was really cool. They showed the original hard drive, which the '07 backup back in 2013 was found on, which is just so amazing. So I'll link this in the description if you guys want to watch it, if you haven't seen it already, the RuneScape documentary. Really cool to see. And yeah, I think they did a really good job with it, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I mean, I've been making videos for this game for just about a decade and playing it over a dozen years, so to be recognized in that very small way was just really special to me, I guess. But anyway, I do have a lot of clips from my main account to show you guys. The Dead Man videos will continue. I got around 2 more episodes planned, but just for the sake of this video, I figured we'll show some main clips. I got quite a few of them now, so let's move over to those. But yeah, again, if you guys want to watch this, it'll be in the description. Highly recommend checking it out. So the first clip I want to show you guys is me actually purchasing Rigour. Finally, I got it. So I didn't really have to sell much for this, other than like the Dragon Harpoon, which I wasn't really using. And this was a tough decision because Rigour was still 116 mil at the time, but I think it was a good one because not only has it really gone up since then, but I've put it to a lot of good use. Rigour is such a huge game changer for PvM because it really gives range a buff that it didn't even necessarily need, but it makes range very, very strong. So if you don't know what Rigour does, it gives 25% to your defense, 23% to your range damage, and 20% to your range accuracy, if I recall correctly. And this is a lot more than the 15% that Eagle Eye gives, which you have unlocked by default. The defense it gives is kind of a blessing and a curse because it means that it's going to have the same drain rate as Piety, which is insanely fast. Rigour will drain your prayer like a motherfucker, just insanely fast drain rate. But the defense can actually be quite useful in places like the fight caves here on the Jad task. It was actually useful for the waves. I wasn't taking much damage. And also, even at Arma, the 25% defense was very, very helpful to not take much damage, as you're going to see in the next clip a little bit. But yeah, as you can see on Jad, I particularly like the accuracy of Rigour because just hitting Jad here almost every single time. This is kind of another like pseudo speedrun I did. I'm not taking it too seriously, but I was still able to beat my PB by multiple minutes, as you're about to see. My PB before this Jad task without Rigour was around 35 minutes and like 50 seconds. And as you see there, I'm going to have a PB now of 32 minutes and I think that's 39 seconds. Yep, it's hard to read that, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I also gave in the Fire Cape as I've always done for the Jad pet. And am I going to get it? Let's see. Holy shit, am I going to get it? Nope, I didn't get it. So I probably gave in around almost 10 Fire Capes now because I had a lot in the bank, but I still haven't gotten it. But so I actually wanted to test out Rigour at my Aviances task. I think this was when the task was actually over because this was 4 hours into a trip where I had brought black Chinchampas, but I ran out of them. I brought 1,500 of them, and I used them all on this one trip, which is really insane. That's like multiple millions spent there on the Chinchampas, and up to this point we hadn't gotten a drop. But what you're about to see is me actually calling a drop with live commentary, so enjoy, guys. This was a pretty insane call. If we got a drop right now, that would help out. Oh my god! Dude! Did I have my mic muted? No, I didn't. Dude, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? What I said? So yeah, yet another drop from Arma. I haven't been particularly lucky at Arma. Like, that was a 4-hour trip, so getting a drop wasn't too unexpected, but it always seems to happen with us that we get it right at the end of the trip. But thanks to Shaco, as always, definitely the most reliable long-term Armadale partner I've had with going for this pet here, hopefully. But pretty good money. I did have to deduct the chin split, so we didn't make as much money as it really was, but still very, very good money at Armadale. Anyway, here's a clip of this guy doing what I call soft rushing, where you kind of don't spec someone right away, but you fight them and you're just going to be spec happy. And I was having none of that, so watch what I do here. I'll turn on the smite so he turns off prey melee finally, and we're just going to kill him right away. We're not going to waste any time whatsoever. Boom, 73, he's dead, and yeah, don't try rushing me. It's not going to work out well in your favor. You guys might remember I had quite a lot of experience rushing in the past in pre-EOC, so I know how rushers work and, you know, how to avoid them and how to anti-rush as well. So pretty fun clip there. Here's a clip of a guy fighting me with an Elder Maul, which I don't know what to think about the Elder Maul. It's kind of a weird little weapon. It has a decent amount more strength bonus than a Godsword, but it really doesn't have much more accuracy. It only has 3 more attack bonus in the form of Crush rather than the Godsword of Slash, which really isn't too much more accurate. Godswords do have a problem where if they miss, you really are just sitting around for a lot of time, waiting for it to hit again. Luckily, Godswords and the Elder Maul are actually a little bit faster than a 2H sword. Their battle axe speed, or like crossbow and accurate speed, is also another good comparison. But yeah, I don't really see much use for the Elder Maul. Yeah, it is kind of fun for PKing, but I don't think it's really that great. Especially if you're just using it as a +1, you'd probably be better off having like a Dragon Claws as a +1 or something. This particular guy was 4-iteming, and he said he had like a mil risk, which the only reason I really fought him, usually I don't fight 4-itemers because it's just really dumb. I mean, why the hell would you fight someone who's using 4 basically pro gear things for free when you're just protecting 1? Going for the spec, they're kind of just a YOLO spec because I was kind of nearing out of food and you don't want to teleport before you do use your specs. But yeah, I usually don't fight people who are 4-item because it's really just pointless, and usually they have way better gear than you because they're just protecting it, and it's really not fair at all. But yeah, so I think the Elder Maul could maybe use a buff. I'm not sure. It's weird to say that. There's a KO, by the way, right there. The AGS really does hit much higher when it comes to the spec. I still could make a video, by the way, if you guys want, of how the Godsword specs work. The AGS is capable of hitting 37.5% higher with the spec, but that doesn't quite tell the whole story of how it works. But yeah, nice little KO there, though. So here's a clip of me tanking a 5-minute tele block. I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing because there's not much to see for a lot of it, but a lot of you guys said in one of the previous videos that I should brew my stats down and box the spiders, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. At this point, I know I'm tele-blocked for 5 minutes, so the main goal here just has to be to survive and make it to there. And I had quite a hard time doing this because they were bringing out the big guns, hitting like literally everything they possibly could hit me with, like AGS specs, I believe at some point, heavy ballista, whatever they had. And the same shit happened here again, where this hippie ranger kind of guy here just is like, oh, box me, man, box me, I got you, no problem. And he actually pretends to box me by hitting the person under me so I would skull on him, but unfortunately for him, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say KOIS and not actually skull on him like he's trying to get me to do. It's amazing how they have these people do this every single time to try to skull trick you. And at this point, I come very close to dying. Watch what happens here. We got ballistas coming out, we got all sorts of things, and my main goal just has to be make it to the ladder. Don't panic. I still got all these monkfish, but yeah, he starts wailing on me with the ballista, so just keep monkfish and brewing there. Ballista, AGS, what better combination could you possibly have? A double AGS spec tank there, and here comes the strategy. So what I'm going to do first is restore my prayer all the way to full, because once I start drinking the brews, I won't be able to restore without putting my stats back up. So I get my prayer to full here, and then we're just going to start sipping these brews, down on them faster than you can imagine. And yeah, this is going to get my combat stats down to around the 50s or 60s, and I take off the torture there, other things like that. I don't want to take off the serpentine helm. I'm not sure if I actually did, but if you do, you get poisoned. And yeah, make sure these prayers are off just to conserve prayer. And they didn't really try to kill the spiders and shit, so they just didn't want to waste their time at that point because they knew I was going to escape. And I did. I tanked the 5-minute tele block, and we are home safe and sound, ready to do more KBD. So yeah, don't panic when you're having a tank. You can very, very often make it out safe and sound. So that's about it for this video, guys. I was very, very happy to be in the RuneScape documentary and also to show you guys these clips. I do want to say that the Dead Man videos will continue for a little bit. Basically, I have clips recorded for episode 3, which I'll give you guys a little preview at the end of this video of, and I also do want to get the top 2,000 total in Dead Man seasonal, just so I can get my spot in the tournament. But as for recording like new content in Dead Man, I think I'm just about done with that because there's not too much to really do. There's only 2 more worlds now, and there's not too many people playing it. But I do have some very fun clips of me actually going rogue in Dead Man, and you'll see how that works out, and if I make it out alive with my skull timer. And keep in mind, people have barrage and shit, so you gotta be really careful. But yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. Please join the Andrew AJT62 clan chat. I'll have that up on screen for you guys. Please like this if you enjoyed. Definitely helps me out, gets me more exposure, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed, you can actually click the little bell to join the notification army. Basically, if you click that little bell, you'll get a notification when I upload a video every time, which is very good for me because my kind of weekly upload schedule doesn't work too great with the YouTube algorithm and making you guys see the videos. So yeah, let me know if you guys join the notification army. I'd be very happy to see that. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter down below for updates. I post skilling updates just about every day, or every other day, and also follow me on Twitch down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. And have a good one, guys, and take care.